Hello everybody, welcome to the Smokehouse Kitchen. Today we're going to do a live demonstration of one of our recipe cards. Big favourite with everybody, but we thought make it fun to bring it alive by showing you how we make it here today. So we're going to talk about mackerel. Mackerel is a wonderful Scottish wild-caught fish, readily available, really good for you, full of omega-3, which is good for your heart. And we're going to show you a slight twist on a classic recipe to make a healthy version of a classic recipe that we all love. This is such a simple recipe. Prep time 10 minutes at a push, and really you only need 4 ingredients. And we'll be showing you a couple of serving suggestions at the end of the video, but all we're going to have is 1 pack of mackerel, some Greek yoghurt, a tablespoon of creamed horseradish sauce, and some chopped chives. So let's start. Let's go into the chopping our chives. So chives, there's a couple of ways that we could do this. What we've got here is some chives that were already chopped and they've got the tops and tails taken off them, or you can use chives straight out of the pot if you like to grow your own. And we're going to start off by putting our hand as a little claw, using our knuckle as a guide, and taking our knife and gently rocking it down in slow motion to just finely chop the chives. Now, I know quite a lot of you have said to me in the past that you're really keen to get the kids to cook along with you, because if they do that, they're more likely to enjoy what they're going to do. So with the second half of these, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut them in half, and I'm going to show you how you can get the kids to help you. So what we've got here is just a glass. Pop the chives in there and take a pair of kitchen scissors. Now what you want to do is put your thumb through the small hole and your fingers through the big hole. And this means it's really safe for the kids. There's no chance of them cutting themselves or anything. And you put the chives in here and get them involved. We can do this from when they're about 2 or 3, just snipping away at the chives and getting them into a nice fine chop. And it's a brilliant way to get them involved and to get them to help you. It also means they're more likely to enjoy the recipe when you try it themselves. The second ingredient that we need for this is a pack of ready-to-eat hot smoked mackerel. So they come in pairs, and I'm just going to take one and I'm going to show you how this works. So we've got the mackerel here, and as you can see, smoke them with the skin on, and that helps to hold them together when we're actually smoking them. And you can see in the skin the marks from the racks that we put them on in the smoker. All that lovely oil is starting to come out now. And we're going to just take the skin off the mackerel, and we're going to remove it from what would have been the head end all the way down to the tail. So turn it round so you're working with it, and then just pull very gently so that it comes off in one big piece. Now that we're taking the skin off the mackerel, what we're going to do is we're going to break the mackerel up and put it into our bowl. So what we've got here is a nice bowl, and we're just going to break it, and it will naturally break along here. And it's great to use your fingers for this, because what you're feeling for is any tiny little bones. They go soft during the smoking process, but you want to just flake it in there and just keep a wee eye out for any bones, breaking it into smaller pieces, just looking there. So you'll see here in the bowl, once you've flaked it by hand, that you're going to end up with different textures of meat and slightly different colours. So you've got the side that was up in the smoker, and you've got the lovely lighter coloured meat. You'll also get some little bits of brown meat. Now, some people worry about these. These are absolutely fine. There is nothing wrong. It's something that naturally occurs in the fish. And actually, where the brown meat is the highest concentration of omega-3. And omega-3 is really good for your heart. So make sure they stay in the pâté, and you won't even realise when you've actually made it all up at the end. So now we've got all the bones out, what we're going to do is we're just going to go through it with a fork and mash it till it's slightly finer. So just going through, using the back of the fork, pressing down, breaking up those large bits of mackerel into little bits. so that we're going to make it into our final pâté. At this stage now, what we're going to do is we're going to put our fork to the side and we're going to add the creaminess to the pâté. Now, instead of the traditional looking at cream cheese or something like that, we've decided to go for a lovely thick Greek yogurt, and we're going to use that, and it's very unctuous, and we're going to mix that together. So I've used a lovely thick 5% fat yogurt. Your alternatives here, and you can swap them out in the same recipe, are using a dairy-free yogurt or using a 0% fat yogurt to give yourself something that's really tasty but lovely, high in protein and low fat. So now we're going to add some extra flavour to this. We're going to add some horseradish sauce. Just put a little bit in. Now, horseradish is quite warm, it's quite hot. So what it's going to do is that heat, that slight spiciness is going to cut through the creaminess of the yogurt and the oiliness of the fish and just add another depth and dimension of flavour. We'll just mix that in so it's all thoroughly mixed, and you end up with a lovely pâté like this. Now the chives are going to add part of the onion family. They're going to add a lovely oniony flavour to this. So we're just going to pop a few in here and give it a good mix around. So now we've got our pâté and it's complete. We've got our yoghurt, our mackerel, our horseradish and our chives in here. We're going to talk about how we're going to plate it up. Now, I'm going to show you today how to make it into like a little canapé, maybe for Christmas or a dinner party, something like that, or just even something nice to have with a wee drink. So we've got different ways we can serve them. I've got 2 different things that we could serve them on. So if you have anyone that's coming that's gluten-free, a great thing to serve a snack or a canapé on is a nice slice of cucumber. You want it to be thick enough to be able to hold what you put on top of it, but not too thick. So you've got nice there. And also here we have these lovely crackers that you can get from Peter's Yard. We sell them in the shop here, but they are widely available. So we're just going to start off. The easiest way to do it is just to get a nice small amount on the end of your spoon, and then just take it off with a teaspoon and just pop it on there. There you go, nice and easy. And then what we're going to do is we're going to look at ways to dress it. Now, one of my favourite things to do is to add a pop of colour. And a little pop of colour here is we've cut some radishes very thin, and we're just going to pop them on the top, push it down, and there you go. So the second option that we talked about was using just a disc of cucumber, cut it so it's got enough strength to hold it, but it's not too thick. So just pop them on there. And then what we're going to do is just on the end of the spoon that we use to mix the mixture, we're going to just put a little bit on there. Using 2 spoons, just get it into a nice little shape, and then pop that onto your cucumber disc. Just arrange it slightly. And then again, I love to use a little bit of sliced radish just to add a wee pop of colour. The other thing is the radish is going to pick up on the flavour profile of the horseradish sauce. So it's got that pepperiness that's going to really match the horseradish in the pâté itself. Now we've got our final product. I'm just going to taste it to make sure it's okay. This would be lovely, nice chilled glass of wine, or even if you don't want to serve it as a canapé, it's a fantastic filling for a baked potato for the kids for their dinner. So here we go. Delicious. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd like to, please subscribe and join us for more Finspiration. Thank you.